Google Street View coverage worldwide. Wow. Unbelievable. Look at all that light pollution. The only country in Europe to basically have no Google Street View is Belarus. I remember a time when Germany would have been absolutely blank. They've covered that map quickly. Africa is really not as covered as I thought it would be, especially Northern Africa. I guess they've got the coastal cities down. China is pretty empty as well when it comes to coverage, which is very surprising considering they're the most surveyed country in the world. And North Korea, same goes for them. Probably just a preference thing. They probably use Bing. If you ask me, Google Earth is definitely one of the most impressive feats in history. But also, when you think about it, at the same time, it's probably also one of the most polluting projects. It is impossible to provide an exact figure for the total fuel used to create Google Earth. Wow, what a surprise. The Google AI is saying that. So much for transparency. Oh, wait, no, it says it here. A 2012 estimate suggested the cars had travelled 5 million miles, consuming roughly 143,000 gallons of fuel. Oh, no wonder the fuel prices have gone up. 3 universities. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at this map and there's definitely not 2,025 of them. I think the ones in the darker green are countries that offer it to international students as well. But I don't understand how that makes sense. Why do Scotland get 3 undergraduate courses and we don't? So much for being a United Kingdom. Tell you the truth though, this doesn't bother me. I never wanted to go to university. I always thought it was a bit overrated. I paid £9 a year to excessively drink when I could just not pay £9 a year and excessively drink. Countries that are rabies free. I was about to be happy for a minute and then I just looked at the map closely and realised that 3 of the UK states, Isle of Man, Guernsey and Jersey, are apparently not rabies free. What's interesting about those 3 islands as well is that all 3 of them are tax havens. I'm not insinuating it, okay, but what I'm insinuating is that maybe if we want to cure rabies, we gotta raise the taxes. Map of Europe if all the glaciers melted. Why did we decide to build every major city in Europe right in the splash zone? London's gone, Stockholm's gone, Amsterdam. We knew that was gonna happen. That's one 7-Eleven big gulp spillage away from flooding. Helsinki, St. Petersburg, maybe even Paris as well. That's enough to cause a lot of deaths, and even worse, financial disruption. The colour of buses across Great Britain. You gotta appreciate a map that has had a lot of effort put into it. This is crazy. Manchester has yellow buses, never knew that. Birmingham has blue, London has red with a hint of white. You know what, people complain about the public transport prices rising, but I tell you what, those London bus drivers really do put in a good shift. So by the looks of it, the most common colour seems to be white, which is crazy because I don't think I've ever seen a white bus in my life. Map showing only domestic flights within countries. I mean, if you're changing continent, is it still a domestic flight? I really don't know if I'm tripping. It looks kind of hard to see, but it almost looks like there's a domestic flight going on in Switzerland. Just do the distance by foot. I don't know, get half of your 10k steps in. Also, shout out to the one flight in India that just flies to North Sentinel Island and back. Doesn't even land there, just does it to screw with them. Nice to see an allocated section of taxpayers' money dedicated to tomfoolery. Percent of population married 3 or more times. If you're a marriage counsellor, I just found a state for you. Oh, hell yeah, this is like a jackpot. Do they just keep getting remarried because of like conflicts with previous wives, or do they just like wedding food? Because I'm not gonna lie, wedding food always slaps. You can have your wedding, but I'm gonna stand by the food bar and test all the different sauces. My favourite part of the wedding. I'd do that at my own one as well. This map shows the number of years each region was part of the Roman Empire. It's crazy that they've done all of this, you know, conquering most of Europe, and we really didn't get much out of it. Like, what did they give us? A salad and a font? Cool. Map of Mozart's European tour from 1763 to 1766? Wait. What the hell is that? That is not his name. Change it back. Anyway, back to the jokes. I never knew Mozart done tours, and I guess it makes sense. But 3 years to do this? Rock stars on horse tranquilizers do it in 20 days nowadays. But then I guess at the same time, like, he was probably trying to dodge Napoleon. Countries with more GDP than all of their neighbours combined. I was about to be really impressed by the UK for a second, but then I just remembered we literally border one country. But I think they have made a mistake with this map, because I don't think Brazil has a bigger economy than France. French Guiana exists right over here. I heard they have like a city called Paris that like is like really cool and has a lot of money and stuff. I'm a bit confused by this one. Sri Lanka has no neighbor. Aren't Sri Lanka and India like almost like touching fingertips, like that one Versace painting? It's definitely not Versace. 50 states with equal population. Wow, another map with a lot of research gone into it. So what is the population? I'm gonna guess it's 10 million since Los Angeles has that. I like the names as well. Chicagoland, of course, named after the very thing it sits upon. Land. Arkansas, Apple, West Michigan, DFW, whatever that means. West Cascadia. I like the sound of that. It sounds mysterious, you know? East Cascadia, that sucks. You can't have two different land masses part of the same state even though they're like thousands of miles apart. How are you meant to govern a piece of land if it's thousands of miles away? Don't answer that. Countries whose capitals are not on their mainland. Yeah, this is actually something I found out the other day. Like, it makes sense, the fact that Denmark's capital is on the islands because more people live there, but why does no one live on the peninsula bit? It makes sense why Germany, like, invaded Denmark in a day. No one bloody knew it happened. This is news to me. I never knew Abu Dhabi was on an island. Let me check that out. Oh yeah, it actually is. Just about an island, however. Equatorial Guinea as well. I mean, they've really got to sort that one out. I mean, look at that. There's Equatorial Guinea and there's the capital right here. It's not even like facing towards the mainland. If I remember correctly, I think they are building a capital on the mainland. And of course the Gambia, which I imagine is a very small island once again. I think where it sits is quite like marshy land. So yeah, that one kind of makes sense to me. Countries that use the Latin alphabet as their main script. I tell you what, for a country that hasn't had a major impact in history, Latvia sure did take over the world.